Rings of power. Boo, 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 boo. Man, did they like blow their load on episode 6?
Yeah.
Because nothing happened at
Um,
all.
for the most part, yeah, I would agree, to be honest.
They should have saved that for episode 8. And then just
Yeah.
ended it with
Yeah.
Galadriel getting hit with the nuke. You would have saved me so much effort.
All right. My
And
thing
then
is,
hold
man,
on. Then a post-credit scene, you get the dude who's Sauron being like, dun, 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 dun. You know that's Star Wars music, but you know.
yeah. Bro,
Sorry, go ahead, take it away, Penny.
my thing is, bro, they made 8 episodes of this, right? All hour plus.
Yup.
All they had to do was make a prequel trilogy and make this one movie, and they would have been fine. They could have trimmed the fat, which is 75% of the show.
The Harfoots, get them out of here.
They get the fuck out of here, yeah.
Bro, for
The
real.
only reason I will accept the Harfoots is because of introducing you know who and his tie-in with hobbits.
Oh, that's who it was?
That's who it was. That's the big G. Throw it
Yeah,
up for big G.
It was OG.
Yeah, so that is confirmed Gandalf.
Well, I understood that, like, I I'm pretty stupid. Don't get me wrong, I'm not the smartest tool in the shed box, right? But I understood when they said, Istar mean wizard, you mean fire. I was like, oh, he a wizard. like,
Yeah.
I didn't connect the which wizard, because you were throwing a lot of things at me. You were like, blue wizard, green wizard, pink wizard, yellow wizard, they make the Mega Wizard Zord. I was like, all right, okay. So I thought it was the blue dude at first, because they didn't outright say my name, Gandalf.
That's what I
was
thought. That's what I
saying.
thought.
And then I assume it's the fire gave it away.
No. So I went back and watched, or I guess listened to what we said about who this was, our 10-minute segment, whatever. I did say, me and Tristan both said that we thought it was a blue wizard. Reek, I'm sorry, your guess of Treebeard was wrong there.
Hey man, sometimes you gotta go outside the box to
No.
land back in the box.
Yeah, I get it. But Gandalf being the wizard, often nostalgia makes sense. But so first off in this episode, the little Draco Malfoy looking fuckers said, "Oh, you're Sauron, blah blah blah. We hail to you." I was like, dude, there's no way that's Sauron. Like that doesn't make sense at all.
No, it didn't, but they had me for a couple seconds.
They
How did
said
Slim Jesus say that.
yeah, the Slim Jesuses. And they said that, and I was like, dude, I just don't think so. But like at the same time, I'm like, well, they said it, and why would they be wrong? And then he killed them all. I was like, oh, okay, like that makes sense. But so then I was like, okay, definitely a wizard. Like when they said, oh, you're a wizard. So I was like, oh, probably blue wizard still, unless they want to go nostalgia route. And then he hit a quote later in the episode, not the very end, but it was like 10 minutes to the ending, which is a typical Gandalf quote where he looked at the Harfoot and he said, when in doubt, follow your nose. And that's just a Gandalf like saying, like he said that.
Oh.
He said that. Oh, I think it was in the mines. I don't know. I don't remember, but he said it to somebody, and I've definitely heard that quote before. And I was like, oh, that's just Gandalf at this point.
I see. I did not get that, but then I was told that it was Gandalf, and I was like, there's no way. And then I was like, well, he'd be hanging out with the hobbits.
Yeah,
So
and
that
again,
makes sense.
that's why I give the Harfoots a break, is because it makes sense now based on Gandalf's origin, why he's so close to hobbits. That being said, I don't know why he was close to hobbits, because they're a bunch of little, pieces of shit. But that's about it. I will say the twist of who was Sauron was amazing. I did not see that coming at all.
I didn't either. I don't think I like it.
It makes sense to me.
Like, it's not that it doesn't make sense, but it just... it feels like they did it just to start throwing twists at you.
Yeah, a little bit. I would agree. I mean, they did kind of try to throw twists at you this episode.
And I was like, okay, well, that was, one of the coolest characters that's,
Yeah, right.
no longer.
Yeah.
So, Plus, actually, go ahead.
I was going to say, it makes
thought.
sense more to me now, too, because he really, really wanted to kill or Hellbrand at the time really, really wanted to kill that dude who was leading the orc army. Like, when he chased him down in the forest, like, he was adamant about killing him before Galadriel stopped him. And it makes sense now, is because, like, he would have been able to identify him possibly. But, yeah.
Possibly. We didn't get, and maybe it's not a bad thing per se, but there was 2 whole little storyline things that we didn't get in this final episode of the season. It's like, how do you have the final episode where you're supposed to be like getting things ready, and we didn't see Durin at all, and then we didn't see the elf brother.
Did you just say
Like,
that?
I don't know his name.
I don't
crazy.
either. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's
I don't
disrespectful
know
as
his name.
shit. His name is fucking Randall Cobb. Stop disrespecting.
Bro.
Randall.
Alright.
Wow.
So
That's insane. what you
Randeezy
just
Cobb
said.
with the bow and arrow was going crazy out there. Yeah, honestly, I'm not super big on the lore of Lord of the Rings and Middle Earth just because I'm a fucking idiot and I don't like to read. I like to play video games. So most of my extended Lord of the Rings knowledge comes from the video games, and mainly that's the Two Towers video game. And I just like doing the Two Towers part where you play as Gimli and Legolas and Aragorn, and they're at the fucking towers, and it's dun 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 dun, and they're like foo foo. I swing the sword and shit. I didn't get very far in the Return of the King game because that game was pretty fucking hard. So only got like to the Elefante part. That was pretty fun. Oh, and then Shadows
That's a
of
good
War
distance.
and Shadows of Mordor.
Yeah, that was
But that
something.
game's a load of shit.
Yeah, it is.
Not a fan.
No.
The story was kind of boo-boo in that game, despite the gameplay being mediocre as well. So that's my Lord of the Rings knowledge. So this didn't click any sort of reciprocators from my brain to be like, yes, interesting. I think Galadriel's cool despite being Roman Reigns.
I really like her, actually.
She actually gets a lot of shit on the internet, which I'm like,
Really?
Really?
I'm shocked because this is like one of the few characters in the show for me that's like actually doing something.
Yeah, I would agree.
She gets shit, and Rhaenyra is
Oh,
loved
God.
by everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to understand the different types of people that are watching these shows. The Rings of Power is not getting the Stan Twitter audience that House of Dragons got, because they don't got any incestual relationship between fucking uncle and niece. Maybe if they did that, people wouldn't hate the show as much and stop. Sorry, losers.
That's what they need
Yeah.
to do is bring her brother back, and that's going to be her lover.
There you
Then
go.
they'll
Yeah,
love
and
her.
then they'll love it. Then they will absolutely
The
die for
people
this.
will love it.
That's what
Yeah.
Elrond's doing. That's like what's heavily suggested here.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Wow.
Heavily.
Do you not see it?
I mean, I see what you're saying, but it's not the
Some
same.
of his, some of his quotes
Dude.
are pretty crazy.
Yeah,
He was like,
no, I
he's like,
agree.
I should have never let you go.
Yep. And during
like
that, too,
that.
just the way he was looking, too, I was like, bro. Like, either... All right. One of two things. Either Elrond's about to, do something, or it's suggested that they are doing something, or that actor is absolutely in love with that chick, and he cannot hide it behind his acting.
Hey man, shit, I would be too, my brother. You know what I mean? Whoa.
That's crazy.
Yeah. This season just felt incohesive. Felt like there was doing too much with too. They were doing too much with too much already. Like that was like
Yeah.
a shoot. It's probably like 10, 11 hours of television that they did.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched 12 episode anime. Fucking Erased was
Yeah.
12 20-minute episodes, and it felt like not a second was wasted. Right?
Yeah, I agree.
No, not even a little
This
bit.
was 8 hour to hour 20 long episodes, and I felt like you could have cut out a fucking third of the content.
That's what I'm saying, is if you make this a 2.5, 3-hour movie in Lord of the Rings fashion, possibly longer, because, again, some of those movies are 3.5 to 4 hours. You get the extendo, and it's even longer. But you make this a 3-hour movie, and I might be a little more invested in it and see and hope that the next two are better. But you make this a prequel trilogy, and I think you have a shot at something good here. But the show just was not good.
So was the Harfoot shit even worth the Gandalf thing? Because I feel like they did
No.
that alone for the Gandalf bit.
I think they did do it alone for that, and I don't think it paid off at all. No.
And
I don't think it did either.
it's just me. So the Balrog, right?
Oh
Remember-
God, don't get me
We
started.
had this talk. I
Yeah.
think week
Yep.
6 or 7. I think it was week 6.
It was 6.
I think that was when I was like, I don't think it's gonna be here. Like, it doesn't make any sense for it to show up right now. And you guys were like, nah, they put it in the trailer. I was like, that's probably a tease for next season.
Bro, they put a visual of Sauron in his gear with the with his like crew,
Mace
like
shit.
like walking in the trailer, and that was never in the show. And I was like, wow, dude.
That's one thing to like show like a future, like a flash forward clip. They didn't even show a flash forward of Sauron. They didn't show a flash forward of the Balrog, dude. They just like put those in the trailer and were like, let's hope that no one realizes what we're doing. And I think that's the biggest disservice of the show. It's fucking marketed terribly, right? They're like, you guys like Lord of the Rings? Watch Rings of Power. Nothing alike, realistically. The only thing that's like original Lord of the Rings, in my opinion, is Galadriel stuff. They try to make the Harfoot seem like fucking Frodo and Sam, but they don't have the charm
Yeah, you
nor
can't
the
recreate that.
fucking plot of it.
No.
Which is like, that's the fun part, is seeing these little two fuckers who don't really have any way to defend themselves, having to fucking traverse this deadly ass terrain against literally anything that could kill them. One orc would have fucked them up. One.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so they're basically playing fucking Splinter Cell, and that's just I don't get it, man. It's just very weird to me to spend there's billions of dollars on this television show, betting Amazon Prime Video on this show, when you already have dudes talented enough making quality there, making The Boys, making Invincible, and this is what you spit out. I just don't get it. It's could have been so much better.
Yeah.
And like you said, even at its best, it's not bad.
No, I don't think so at all. And that's probably my least favorite thing, is that there's a lot of potential still. Like, some of the things I'm actually invested in, and I create, little storylines in my head of where it could go, and it doesn't happen because I do like the lore and I do pay attention to it. It's very disappointing because, I mean, if it was dog shit, it was dog shit, but it wasn't. It wasn't that bad. It was just good enough for me to want more and just bad enough for me to not want any more.
I'm guessing that the plan is that they bulk filmed season 1 and 2, and that season 2's coming soon, like very, very soon. If I were to say, it would probably at the latest be the summer next year.
I could see it.
And that's why
yeah.
they have that Balrog and Sauron footage already.
That would
in the
make
can.
sense, yeah. I mean, we got the Balrog footage that they showed in the trailer.
Oh, yeah,
Did
a little
we?
bit, yeah.
Yeah, it was dumb in 2 seconds, but we got it.
I missed it then because I didn't see it.
I think it was the end of this last week's episode, 7th. They flashed like under the mine, and there's a Balrog under there, and that was it.
Season 2.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and have the Harfoots get obliterated. Save me my time.
Yeah, I wish Old Man was Sauron, so he could just heel turn on the fucking Harfoots.
Oh,
That would have been fucking sweet. I hope Slim Jesus handles the Harfoots the Slim Jesus way. Drill time.
Slim Jesus is dead now, all of them.
I hope he comes back. So,
Slim G. No, shut up.
so we can actually give ratings for this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 3.
that's fair.
That's the number I had in mind.
I'm gonna go with a 4 because, again, I see potential. I don't think they'll get anywhere close to it though.
I'm gonna hold you to that in a couple weeks when we have to do House of Dragons number.
Yeah, it'll be lower.
Ooh.
No, I don't know. They might turn it around. Who
Game
knows?
of Thrones stands are coming at ya.